Hey everybody, welcome to another Las Vegas Advisor Weekly Update with Anthony and Andrew. Today is Wednesday, November 3rd, 2021, and there is a lot going on in Las Vegas.
As usual,
Yeah. So there was announced that there was going to be a sale of a Caesars property.
Yes, Caesars has been saying for a while, for a couple of years, that they want to get rid of one of their properties on the Strip.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't say which one, and it was really kind of all talk, but they made a proclamation statement that they want to accelerate that. Mm-hmm. And by early 2022, so early next year, they want to sell one of their Strip properties.
Right.
So which would it be?
Well, in my mind, it would be the Rio, because that's the one they've been talking about selling for a long time.
Except one problem. The Rio's not on the Strip. So,
right.
I would think also, too, that the Rio would make the most sense, that they would get rid of it. But they said specifically a Strip property.
Yeah.
So the guessing right now is Planet Hollywood.
Okay.
And that's what most people think is the one that they're looking to peddle. Why? I don't really know why, but, that's the thinking.
I like Planet Hollywood a lot as a casino. I think it's fun. I think it's they have good shows there. And one of the things that I really like is walking from the Flamingo to Harrah's and walking all the way through all the Caesars properties. So.
Yeah, well, they're all lined up there. Planet Hollywood makes sense because it's a good enough casino that it can fetch a really good price, mm-hmm. and it can be self-contained. And that, that's a good thing. Anytime that Caesars or MGM are going to sell a property to an independent operator, that's a good thing. You get away from the evil empires that are controlling everything there, and you get more competition. So it's good.
Right. So you get maybe more comps, and then maybe you also get more free play or things like that.
Yeah, it depends on who takes it over and what their policies are. But I just really because of the monopolistic situation with Caesars and MGM, anytime you have somebody new coming in, that's more competition. It's better.
Okay. Well, cool. Well, so it's something to look forward to. Well, now also what's actually going on now at the Rio, Anthony, is the World Series of Poker.
Yeah, they're back to, last year they did it mostly virtually because of the pandemic, and now they're back to the live event at the Rio. The big news is that the attendance is down,
right,
as it was expected to be, because of the vaccination policies, the mask policies, that sort of thing. And also because there are fewer international players, because international travel has got restrictions on it. Those restrictions are lifted kind of as of now. So the main event starts actually tomorrow and runs through November 16th. And they're expecting, the attendance to come back up because they're going to get international players.
Okay. But as of now, I think the number was 30%. It was 30% less than...
Yeah, they're not getting the big giant, they're not getting 8,000, 9,000 people. They're getting 6,000, 6,500. It's a lot.
It is a lot. $10,000 a ticket. That's a lot.
Well, they're not all 10,000. I mean, a lot of them are 1,500 or maybe 5,000.
Okay.
There's a lot of $1,000 buy-ins. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. 10,000 is the main event. That's the buy-in there. Right,
because I guess people don't understand. I know I don't understand the WSOP. There's a lot of satellite events, a lot of different ways to get in other than paying your $10,000 for the main event.
Yeah, there's what people don't understand is that the main event is what determines the world champion, but that's only one of maybe 80 or 90 different tournaments that are running.
Okay.
So there's all kinds of other championships. There's all kinds of satellites. There's all kinds of ways to win your way in. There's live games going on. I mean, it's a big giant poker festival down there, and it's just 30% less than what it's been in earlier years, but that's to be expected coming off the pandemic and mask mandates and things like that. The big news is that Phil Hellmuth Jr. Won his 16th bracelet, meaning he won his 16th tournament. And bracelets are hard to win because there's, like I say, there's often over 1,000 players competing. Now, in the bigger ones, it's less. It's 200, 300, 400. But he won his 16th. But when you put that in perspective, 3 guys behind him, Johnny Chan, Doyle Brunson, and Phil Ivey, have 10 only each. Wow. So 10 is in second place, and Phil's got 16. Pretty good.
Good job, Phil.
Yeah. The guy can play tournaments, sure.
Yeah. So, Anthony, from one World Series to another, looks like the Astros did not win.
Right. The Atlanta Braves are the World Series champions, which means Mattress Mac loses his gigantic multi-million-dollar wager.
Oof. So, Anthony, there's a lot of different numbers being thrown around in regards to this. You work with Mac. What's going on?
Yeah, there are a lot of different numbers. The media is reporting different things. I do work with Mac. Me and my partner Frank B. We've worked with them since 2019. He uses the sports betting markets, especially baseball, to hedge furniture promotions that he does with his gallery furniture in Houston. So yeah, I can tell you the numbers. He basically bet $3.35 million to win $35.6 million.
Okay.
He was hedging a possibility of returning furniture to his customers, because if the Astros win, they get all their money back.
Okay.
So he was hedging between 20 and 30 million.
So that's the deal with Mattress Mac. If you're going to buy a new mattress, you can buy the mattress, and if the Astros win that year, you get your money back.
Yeah, I think the promotion's called "Win It All, Get It All" or something. So
Okay.
if you mattresses, bedroom sets, whatever he's selling there, if you spend $3,000 or more and the Astros win, you get all your money back returned to you.
Wow.
So he has to hedge that in some way, because if all of a sudden he's giving back $25 million, there goes his profits for the year.
Okay.
All right. So he can do this by getting insurance, or he can take insurance by making a sports bet.
Okay.
And that's what he did. And he made a terrific play this year. He got in at about 12-1 for this $3 million plus. So he had $36 million covering his $25 million. It really didn't matter who won. He was going to come out the same way. It's as if he paid $3.35 million to insure $25 million, which is a really good rate.
Yeah, that sounds like a really smart deal. And if you're a consumer and you think the Astros have a shot at doing it next year, go buy a mattress from Mac.
Right. We actually, we did this the first time in 2019. There's a little story behind it. His attorney, it turns out, is a subscriber, a member of the Las Vegas Advisor. And one day I got a call, and it was his attorney, and he says, "I represent a businessman in Houston." And I said, "Mattress Mac?" And he goes, "Yeah, you know him?" I go, "Yeah." And he says, we've got a big liability. The Astros are looking real good. They look like they might win. Now, they ended up losing to the Nationals that year. But he says, we need to hedge this somehow, and insurance is costs too much. Can this be done through the sports betting markets? And I said, yeah, it can. And so we did it. Anybody who's interested, we've got the whole story of it at LasVegasAdvisor.com. It's called Mattress Mac and the Astros Hedge. It's pretty cool. We chronicled the whole, it was like a 48-day adventure, and we chronicled the whole thing with some video and everything else. It's pretty cool.
If you're a Las Vegas local, there is a new Taco Tuesday in town, in Chinatown. You want to tell us about it, Anthony?
Yeah, it's tacos in Chinatown. That's kind of cool. Taco special in Chinatown. Yeah. But you don't have to be a local. I mean, you can be visiting, and it's on Tuesdays. It's a place called Taquito Street.
Okay.
All right. It's at 5115 Spring Mountain Road. So it's right there in Chinatown. It's in a plaza there, right off of Spring Mountain, and it's amidst a whole bunch of Asian food places. But it's a great taco play. It's $5 for 4 tacos.
Okay.
It comes with chips and salsa. Comes with 3 or 4 squirt bottles of hot sauce that you can fix it up with.
Okay.
And it's just a great play. And it's there's a lot of Taco Tuesdays around town, but this is right up the top with the best of them.
All right. Well, that sounds good. Check it out. Is there any video poker there?
No gaming at this bar.
No gaming at the bar.
Yeah, so it's you go in there, fly in for a taco, and then there's a bunch of bars around if you want to go play video poker. They're all over the place. Okie
dokie. Also, there is a new open mic that has started at the Virgin Casino Wednesdays at 8 p.m. So if you're looking for an open mic in town, that seems like a good one. It's a free show. It's a full casino, and it's going to be at the Shag Bar.
Yeah, Shag Room. They're running it in what's called the Shag Room. And it's cool. I mean, I guess there's a competition every night. The winner gets a one-night stay at Virgin. And then there's a quarterly competition that if you're the best of the quarter of the year for 3 months, you get a paid gig in the Shag Room. So you get to perform and you get a 2-night stay. You do these things. Are there open mics around town? I mean, there used to be a bunch of them. I don't know if there are now.
More and more open mics in Las Vegas started opening up, and you can find them pretty much any night of the week here in Las Vegas.
I think what's interesting about this one is that it's in a casino. Because, I mean, again, you can tell me, but I think most of the open mics are in the bars around town. And there have been a few. I think that Station Casinos held some open mics a few years ago, but you just don't find them in a casino very often. That's why this one, to me, is kind of interesting.
Yeah, you know what? It is really interesting. I think this is the only open mic in a casino that I've ever heard of.
Okay.
So that is cool.
Yeah, something to do on Wednesday nights, 8 p.m.
Yeah. All right. Now, the big question, another week has gone by. Anthony, are you still in the Circa Survivor series?
Yes, still in. Still rolling.
You're still in the Circa Survivor competition.
Yeah. Did you check the numbers? The numbers are interesting this month.
Yeah. Okay. So the numbers, 1,188 people remain, which means almost 1,000 people were eliminated this week.
Yeah.
Why?
Because the biggest favorite, the one that the most people picked, lost. That was the Bengals.
Okay.
And there were almost 1,000 players who were on the Bengals. So close to half the field got cut with the Bengals losing to the Jets.
Okay.
Like, now remember, there's no point spread here.
Yeah.
So for the Bengals to lose outright to the Jets was a gigantic, upset. Yeah. And it affected the contest in a big way.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
that was a really, for people who are still playing, that was a really great week to see so many people go. Now, there was no walk in the park for us.
Yeah, I was going to ask, who did you bet on?
Yeah, we had the Chiefs.
Okay.
And the Chiefs went one more time, a nail biter right down to the last seconds.
Okay.
And won by 3. So they held on.
All right. Well, congratulations. I think everybody's pulling for you. People are asking for the updates. So Anthony's still in it. How many weeks are left?
It goes through the whole season.
Okay.
And whoever's the last person standing, and if it goes through all, I think there's 20 different games, and if 20 different weeks by the time they're done. And if there's multiple people, then the contest ends and it gets cut up, split between those who remain.
All right. And I feel like we're almost halfway through the competition.
Yeah, we're about close to halfway through.
Okay.
So we got we got a long ways to go.
All right. And thank you to everybody who continues to send in their jackpots to media@huntingtonpress.com. We've got a really cool one this week. It's actually a YouTube channel. It's our Chris Lotito.
Right.
He has a YouTube channel. He's got a few little video poker clips that are really pretty big hits.
Yeah.
Okay, take your time. I'm not going anywhere. I will never play this game again.
You're done.
Done. There's
positive.
nothing else I can do with this game.
So, Anthony, we see in the video, he says he's done playing, right? You can't do better than that. It's 20 times.
You got the multiplier.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the giant hit.
That's the biggest multiplier you can get on that game, I believe.
And then he says he's not going to play anymore.
Because you can't do any better.
But
Okay, so another Belt Royal flush. Belt Royal flush, as you said. And I have control of my camera, fumbling it. Almost spit my drink out because I hit it. Well, and I still have over $1,000 left in that full house fund. Okay, now I got my mask on.
Yeah, you should probably go with this. I think
You think?
yeah.
You sure?
Up to you.
I had a plan. This is not part of my plan. Well, no, I'm sorry. The multiplier would have been part of my plan, but not the non-multiplier version.
right, a couple years later, he comes back and he's playing his game, super times pay or double super times pay, and he gets another Delt Royal flush. I mean, what do you got to say about that? 650,000 to 1. Actually, what's the number? 649,740. 649,740 to 1.
There you go.
And he does it twice.
That's why I always say you can't win if you don't play.
That's for sure.
And finally, we are here with our end of the show mask update. Now, what's going on with the masks in Las Vegas right now, Anthony?
Not too much to report from last time. Numbers continue to go down, but we're still not at a point where the mandate can be lifted. Some interesting news came out. UNLV said that you cannot attend Rebel basketball games without showing vax proof.
Okay.
So that's really the only news that came out along those lines. Otherwise, everything is status quo as it's been.
So, Anthony, with everything going on in Vegas, the hockey team and the football team, is UNLV basketball still a big pull?
It isn't really, to be honest. When I first came to town, UNLV basketball was everything because their football team was no good and there were no pro sports teams here. And so in the early 90s, they win the national championship.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody remembers that. They destroyed Duke, to win the championship. And this whole town went absolutely crazy. It was an amazing team they had back then. They had 3 guys that were big in the pros: Larry Johnson, Stacey Augman, and Greg Anthony. And so these guys, these guys were like gods around here. The team it's what everybody went to do. Tarkanian was the coach. Everybody, was all over UNLV. And then through the years, they kind of lost their steam. It's kind of cool, though. The center of that team was a guy named Moses Scurry. And Moses, you see him around all the time. He hangs out at the Jackpot Bar here in town.
Okay.
And he's friends with the bartender. And I see Moses all the time in there playing and having a beer or whatever. He's a real nice guy. And he looks down on everybody. The guy's gigantic.
That's it for today. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click that bell button so you know when new episodes are going to be out. And if you're in town and you're at the Jackpot Bar, go check out Moses and say hello.
Yeah.